It wasn't a yellow card, folks. It was a red, which put an end to John Buckley's cameo as Blackburn Rovers player, folks, took a massive dent at Pride Park. We're going to talk about the red card, the red miss, and of course the 3-0 spanking by Derby County. Let's get it on like Donkey Kong.
And it was called yellow. So then I took my turn.
Woo! Stick your Coldplay and your Chris Martin up your arse. That's right, boys and girls. Blackburn Rovers review coming at you here as we take a look at Blackburn Rovers' latest shambles, the defeat at Pride Park, 3-0 defeat by a Wayne Rooney-less Derby. We'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related championship related. Whoa, there we go here. Underwater. Now, before we jump into it, on a big shout out, that's right, you know who you are, the Patreons, boys and girls. Big thank you to Russell Frost, No Co Drinker, Tom Barrister, Tom Clark, John Spurn, The Ledge, Mark, Aztec Marky B Mark, Constable 1976, Mitchell Shone, and Cody Cahoe. They are the boys and girls that have become exclusive VIP patrons. If you want to join that gang, check out the description down below for the price of a bottle of water, folks. A bottle of water a month to support Blackburn Rovers sees and the push to get this channel up another level. One thing that won't go up another level is Blackburn Rovers at the moment. We're not going anywhere. We are stuck out in the championship. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Let's take a look at it then in a little bit more detail, shall we? It's a Taylor take, folks. 3-0 in the end, and it was definitely a game that you should have just stayed at home, turn the TV off, whatever it is, just go and do something else. Go get a colonoscopy or whatever it is. Get your butt cleaned or whatever. I don't know. Just don't watch this game. 3-0 battering, and it actually makes it paints us in a good picture a little bit, because it could have been much more. In fact, if it wasn't for Christian Walter between the sticks, I think it could have been 5 or 6-0. They absolutely hammered us in a Wayne Rooney less, and of course Tom Lawrence less. Derby County, 3 goals, and one of them was an absolute perler. Definitely goal of the month contender, and it could possibly even be the goal of the season contender. Young Louis Sibley with an absolute belter, top bins. Pick that one out, Chris Martin. Unfortunately, he plays for Derby and not Blackburn Rovers. So that was the start of what was going to be a fantastic afternoon for Derby, an absolute horror show for Blackburn Rovers, and of course, big bad boy Brereton. He had the chance. If only he would have put away his gilt-edged chance. It came up to him in slow picking motion. He had all the time in the world to put this ball in the back of the bins, and he roofed it, absolutely skied it. Nowhere near the goal, nowhere near the frame. Wide open, no pressure. It was like, take your time, buddy, take your time, put it in the back bins, but no, he just roofed it. So yeah, not the day for Rovers at all. And in a very attacking lineup, we'll take a look at those lineup in a minute anyway. So Sibley with the barnstorming, roof ripping off goal to open up the can of worms on us. And then it was the Chris Martin doubleheader. Yep, not that Chris Martin, but Derby's Chris Martin. The goal scoring extraordinaire at this level. He does find the back of the net quite regularly. He's a 10-15 goal a season man, and he's got a couple to add to that today. Total shots on the day for Derby, 16 compared to 11 for Rovers. That's not too bad statistic for us. We'll take a little look at that in a little bit more detail, just how many of those 11 were on target. 56.2% possession for Derby, 43.8 for Rovers. 85% successes pass ratio for Derby, 79% for Rovers. And that's probably the only good thing going in our favour was the corners, but we didn't take any advantage of that. And I'm just not even talking about the red mist that was John Buckley coming on late for a little bit of a cameo and a nice little, a bit of a nasty little challenge. I think was it on Clark? Sorry, it wasn't on Clark. It was on Curtis Davis, and it all exploded after that, and off he went. Down the tunnel. I've only been on the field a couple of minutes. 26,590 folks were in attendance for this one. John Brooks was the referee. So yeah, shambles show. Let's take a look at those starting lineups. Here is the hosts. It was Hammer between Six Forsyth, Clark, Wisdom, and Boggle with the back four there. Bird and Shinny, a two-man midfield with Sibley controlling the things. This kid is pretty special, and I think Derby are very excited to see him develop in the next year or so. Waghorn, Knight, and of course Chris Martin. Not that Chris Martin, that Chris Martin. He led the line and he did it very well. And put two balls in the back of the net. One of them was a penalty. Rovers, yeah, we didn't have many chances. Take a look at our lineup here. It was. Yeah, I think I called this one. I think the only change I did, I actually had maybe someone else in there. I think maybe I had Downing further forward or what have you. But anyway, Walton between sticks, Bell, Adebayo, Nyambi and Bennett, Travis and Downing in the middle of the field, Rothwell, Armstrong, Brereton and Gallagher. When you looked at it, and when I looked at it, I thought, you know what, this is exciting times. I thought, you know what, we got the bit between our teeth, and it started all very well. Opportunity for Brereton. Gallagher was calling a few problems up top. The height was something I was getting excited about, but it was just a dull day. Rothwell, unfortunately, we didn't see the best of him. We didn't see the best of Armstrong either. He was just a very bland, one of the worst ones this season. So take a look at my match ratings for you. I've given Walton a 7. Without him, it could have been much more. Bell was pretty decent left-hand side. I heard the Derby commentators praising him on the left-hand side, causing all kinds of problems. Adebayo with a 5, Nyambi with a 5, Bennett with a 4. Don't like him at right back at all. He's more of a midfield man. I'd prefer him to play in the Downing slot, to be honest with you, and have Downing further forward, pulling the strings and dictating the play. We had Travis and Downing. I give them 6s for holding up the field. Rothwell with a 5, Armstrong with a 4, Brereton with a 4, and Gallagher with a 4. They're there to put the ball in the back of the net, and when you had that gilt-edged opportunity, a £7 million striker like Bob Brereton, he should put the ball in the back of the net, or at least hit the flipping keeper, not roof it. Gallagher again, proving very little up front. Don't get me wrong, I think they're exciting prospects, Gallagher and Brereton, and Armstrong's already chipping in with goals. And that's the thing. I think the situation where we are 3 points off of the playoffs is good. It's crazy. Did I think we'd be there this season? Heck no. I did not think we'd ever be this close to the playoffs this season. I had a top 10 finish, and I still think that's going to be where or thereabouts is where we're going to end up. We're not going to be in the playoffs as much as I'd love to see it. And if we do see it, I will shave off all my hair, including eyebrows. In fact, slow down. I'll shave off all my hair. There we go. I need my eyebrows. I work in an environment where I need my eyebrows. So I'm an eyebrow model. That's what it is. So yeah, I would shave off my head. Not my head, my hair. Goodness gracious, it's been a long old weekend. But anyway, absolute shit show for Rovers. This has some more stats for you. They had 700 touches compared to 552. They had 4 more passes, 498 to our 363. As for those 11 shots for Rovers, just the 3 on target. As for Derby, 16 shots, 11 on target. That's how critical Christian Walton was between the sticks. And as you see on the right hand side, the graphic there, just where Rovers, in fact I'm right behind it, you can't see it, but anyway, the graphic right there, you can see where those 3 shots were. 2 straight down the throat of the keeper, 1 on the left hand side there. Yeah, bit of a shambles, to be honest with you. There is nothing, absolutely nothing you could take from this game to put a smile on your face. Yeah, it was a dour performance. And to be honest with you, Derby's home form is decent. It is very decent. For us to come there here, even on a Sunday when everybody, and even with the starting lineup of no Wayne Rooney, no Tom Lawrence, to get anything out of this game would have been absolutely a Brucey bonus. I did fancy our chances, and I'm going to hold my hand up. I did fancy, when I saw that starting 11, I thought, you know what, we got this. We've got this. It's in the bag. But how wrong was I? We were nowhere in this. We were absolutely terrible. It's up there with one of the worst performances of the season, and I'm hoping that we can respond quickly. Just to keep us in the conversation. I know deep down that we're not going to make top 6, but I want to be in the conversation. I want our season to mean something coming into the final 2-3 games of the season, where there's something to fight for, and not just to dwindle away into mid-table and just be flat. I want something there that we can at least cling on to. And make the players better, to strive to improve, because otherwise they're just going to be thinking about the beach, thinking about the break, thinking about the summer, whatever it is. They need something to keep moving, and hopefully, unfortunately, it's not a relegation battle. That's what I'm hoping about. If you're a Heat man just like me, take a little look at it. This is the situation. As you can see, Derby with a much more spread of the field there, a lot more green, whereas Rovers have a lot of blue, which means we didn't really get out of it, or we didn't really take advantage of our possession. Down the right, left hand side, that was Amari Bell, or was it? Yeah, it was Amari Bell on the left hand side there, causing burning up and down the left hand side. He was definitely more decent going forward than he was in defence. and he did have the Derby's right-hand side in his back pocket. Wycombe didn't like it, as neither did Bogle as well. So he was a standout for me today, even though we were very, very arse. That's what it was. That's just a quick summary about what I think. What about the gaffer? What did he have to think about Blackburn Rovers and their performance this time out? Here he is. Tony, take it away.
Well, I thought Derby were better than us today. You have to admit that. I thought they played particularly well for staff. Yeah, I think we missed some opportunities to score. Of course, first half we had some good chances, and goals change games. We didn't take the chances when they came, and paid. You know, a great goal for the first strike. Second, again, we were a bit empty middle of the edge of the box twice and paid for it really. And well, yeah, let's not give them credit. I thought they built from the back really well today. They got some talented young players, but yeah. That was it really. We're disappointed. I think we came here with an ambition to get in the top 6 today, and believed that we would and could. But Derby played well. Oh, I don't know. You've obviously got an opinion. I'm not sure what that opinion is. I thought as this team does, we kept going. I think goals change games. I've just said to you there, we had some opportunities to score goals and didn't take them today. But if anything, I'm not sure the balance was right. You know, to come away to Derby, we've got such a strong home record with. Believing we could hurt them really, I think, with the striking options we've got, and we probably, had too many attacking-minded players on the pitch ultimately against their good controlled build-up. No, let's not talk about who we missed. We missed Bradley Datt, we missed Darragh Lenihan, we missed Louis Sibley, we missed Corey Evans. You know, keep going if you want. It doesn't matter. The team is where it is. Everybody's got injuries this stage of the season, and so we just carry on with what we got. Oh, listen, we had more chances than that, to be fair. I think, you know, Brereton's Scot went over off his left foot 5 yards out. We had some things ricocheting around their box for a while, but it wasn't to beat today. And ultimately, it might here to say that, you know, I think they're a decent team at home. I think it's not for me to talk about why they're decent at home and not so decent away from home, but they'll sort their own problems out. But they're a good football team, and their control possession was good today. I didn't see it, to be honest. So I don't know. I thought Buckley impacted the game when he came on. He's only a young boy. I thought he did pretty well for us. Showed the urgency that's required, and maybe I don't think it would have been frustration. I would have imagined if I'd have seen it, it would have been just a young guy trying to impact the football match, really, like a kid who's got no malice in him whatsoever. And if he was his competitive edge got the better of him, then so be it. But he's a kid who's got no malice in him, and I'm pretty sure, 100% sure, he wouldn't have been trying to hurt anybody. Listen, you've answered your own question. You know, we've got 9 games to go. We've got a lot of teams to play that are around us, and we can affect our own position. And let's see where we go. I think on other days we got an opportunity next week, for instance, at home, where our record's pretty strong, and you know, potentially could jump into the top 3, into the top 6 next week. But that's how tight it is. You know, the top half of the table is, you know, there you go, down to 10th. Are we at 3 points to get in the top 6? So let's keep going. We believe we can beat anybody at home, and we're going to have to do that, I think, from now to the end of the season. However many we've got left for. And I think, you know, spells today you can show that we can be a threat away from home as well. It's we've the record away from home. We will win again, I'm sure, away from home this season. If we can win a few, win all our home games, let's see where the season takes us.
Well, yeah, what Tony had saying, you've heard a little bit what I've had to say. Here is what the fans have been saying, and they're not very happy. Tom Berry, 89, said, I wasn't expecting anything today. Derby are not a bad side, and definitely not at home. John said, this scary performance, but I foresaw that with Bennett in right back and Downing in the middle, leaving the defence vulnerable. Marcus RTID, that's aka the Swedish Rover, really poor game today. Just sums it up in brutal, brief a summary there. Anthony Baldwin said, this needs to take a leaf out of Derby's book and play a few of the younger kids and the remaining 9 games. Time for the old guard to step aside. Tim Farron, he's isn't he like a politician or something like that? Well, still only 3 points off a 6. Pick ourselves up and go again. Yes, pal. It's a little bit harder than that. BRC 1995, aka Liam. He said, "Oh well, there's always is next season. There is always next season." He says. How about the next batch of boys? Carl Wick said, "There's tactics let us down today. Players playing out of position. Players getting confused on what the role they were meant to play. Terrible day for Rovers, but we go again. Some boys are, putting a smile on their face. Zach Brierley said this, team full of bottle jobs. Soon as there is an opportunity to gain points on the top 6, they all crawl into their shells every time. Shocking yet again. No one taking responsibility and driving them on. Robert Whittle said this. No effort, no passion. Been poor for the last few games. Too many players not good enough and stealing a living. Whew. These are their words, not mine. James Green said this. Even when we started coming back into it at the end, I thought Derby were happy to sit back. Something is a bit strange that Mulgrew's on 99 appearances and not even on the bench. It's a waste not having Nyambe at right back. You know what, James Green, that does smell a bit fishy about the Mulgrew, because there was 2 really decent free kicks for Rovers to possibly put the ball in the back of the net. And you know who would have done that? Who would have easily done that? Charlie Mulgrew, that's right. But he was nowhere to be seen. Jordan, and he's a defender. When we're playing right back, Nyambe, if we had right, again, this is apples and pears, or, ifs, ats, buts and maybes, whatever. But if we had Nyambe at right back, Mulgrew as centre-back, alongside Tonton and Rabai, I'm sure that would have been a better job than playing Nyambe as centre-back and Bennett at right-back. Nyambe, for me, is up there with player of the season contention, but stick him in at centre-back, there was too many chances, too many times I saw him out of whack today. Jordan Kingsley, so much for 10 cup finals. If we played like that in a cup final, I'd never go to another game. Oliver Worth said this. Disgusting performance. Lazy as well. The amount of times Derby just walked past our midfield was ridiculous. Worst performance of the season. Chris Martin. No, not that Chris Martin. That Chris Martin. That's right. If I can be positive for a minute, we were awful today, no question, but we still are only 3 points off of 6. And the fact that we're still in conversation for the playoff spot with all our injury issues is actually a fantastic achievement in itself. #Rovers. Daniel Malling-Beck says, wow, just when we were getting close to the playoffs, we crash and burn. That was awful. James Delborg said this, no wins in 4, and I can't find a single positive from this performance. Just what I said. Dreadful. Stop chatting top 6. We are mid-table side. Sully, aka Solstice Inc. said, Bennett not a right back. Gallagher Brereton work hard, but will never accomplish strikers. Dandy lanky legs. You can't teach first touch. Graham still remains the best striker at the club. Dak equals missed season. Realistically, we are always going to fall short. Mike Delap said this, lethargic, timid and lacking in basic intelligence. The worst performance of the season. And wrapping it up, it is Mike Graham, Miggy BRFC. I turned it off before the Buckley sending off, went to watch some paint dry instead. It was jolly good viewing. Goodness gracious me, that is harsh. But what has that done in the Championship? Let's take a little look at what else went on this weekend. As you could see, it was also a bit of a banana skin for Forest. They did tumble a little bit, losing at home, battered by Millwall 3-0. Bristol City and Fulham, again, both in the playoff races, picking up just the 1 point. Down the bottom, Wigan and Luton picking themselves just the 1 point. Charlton losing at home to Middlesbrough gives them a big old boost. Swansea and West Brom both in the playoff race and also promotion chase, again could only muster a draw. Birmingham's unbeaten streak has come to a close, battered by Reading at home. Leeds, though, they did the business, 2-0 in the end over Huddersfield. Barnsley lost at home to Cardiff. Big advantage for Cardiff there. Stoke put 5 past free falling Hull. They are on a hiding to nothing right now. Brentford 5-0 battering over Wednesday. They also look a little bit lost at the moment. Brentford, though, putting a statement of intent for maybe a late push for top 2. Preston, again, slipped up. Could have really took a stranglehold of the top 6 spot there, but losing at home to 10-man QPR. It was all level when they got a man sent off. And of course, today, nobody really wants to look at it. We got beat. Just a little bit, just a smidgen. So the table at the moment, we are still just 3 points off of 6. We are 6 points off of, 7 points off of 4th. So it's not that bad. Okay, it is. It's just getting more congested now. Derby are in the conversation. QPR and Reading could also be in the conversation as well. Reading is a bit of a stretch, I think, but QPR not out of it yet. And they are only 5 points off of 6 points off of a playoffs as well. It is still wide open. So Leeds lead the way, 71 points. West Brom are second, 70 points. Fulham are third, 64. Brentford are fourth, 60. It's a little bit a bridge too far, maybe 10 points adrift of the top 2. Forest are fifth. Preston are sixth. Bristol City are 7th. So it's probably this weekend you would see a big old boost for Brentford, Forest, Preston, Bristol City slipping up, Millwall, Cardiff going forward, Rovers going back, Swansea going back a little bit, and Derby, QPR making progress. As for the teams going down, Barnsley 34 points, Luton Town 35, Charlton also in there 39 points, and as you see, Hull are just above them, 2 points now. They could be there this time next week. They could be down in the drop zone if Charlton are victorious. And then let's take a look at what's going to go on next weekend to see the implications. Fulham against Brentford, obviously 2 playoff sides duking it out. That takes place on Friday. Bit of a Midlands affair. West Brom against Birmingham. That might go a little bit sour as well for West Brom. Derby against Millwall, 2 playoff battling teams. If Derby are victorious, it could open the door again for Rovers to get back into a more prominent position. Hull against Charlton. Look at that right there. That's a relegation 6-pointer. Wednesday against Forest, of course, that's pretty difficult as well. I know Sheffield Wednesday look arse, but Forest are having a bit of a rough patch. Big game, of course, at Ewood Park. Win, and we're back in. Lose, and it's over for sure. QPR against Barnsley, of course, QPR flying high. Barnsley need wins. Reading against Stoke. Stoke look good at the moment. Where are they in the table? They're 17th now. Look absolutely safe now. Luton, Preston, 6th. They need wins. Luton, Preston also need a win. It's not that easy. Huddersfield against Wigan. Huddersfield, where are they on the old table? 18th as well. They're pretty solid. They'll be back next year. Wigan as well. Middlesbrough against Swansea. Middlesbrough fancy the chances after a win now. And Cardiff against Leeds. Again, Cardiff trying to get in the old playoffs. That was a tough order to do that. Anyway, it is action-packed. Okay, always is at the Championship. We go again next week. We'll be previewing the match against Bristol City. It'll be early, around about Tuesday maybe. Check it out here on the channel. Yeah, we've got other stuff going on. We've got Championship predictions, Premier League predictions, all kinds of business right here under one roof ski. If you enjoyed this video, smash that thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. New videos every single day on the channel. We've got it all here, baby, on the under one roof ski. Check out the description, links to my other social media platforms on there. Twitter, Facebook, of course, the Patreon, boys and girls. If you want to become patrons of the channel, there's a link in there. It is patreon.com/Blackburn Rovers Seas, or it's just Rovers Seas. I can't remember. But check it all out. And you can be join the exclusive VIP gang. I'm looking for number 10. Can you be number 10? Well, your name, just put them in there. Have a go. Have a look at it. Have a look at it. Big thanks to the current patrons: Russell Frost, No Code Drinker, Tom Beresford, Tom Clark, John Spurn, Aztec, Marky B. Mark, Constable 1976, Mitchell Schoen, and of course, Cody Cahoe. I tell you all, I'm going to get out of here. I need to lie down. It's been a busy old week, busy old few days. And we go again, starting tomorrow. I'll see you all. Till then, bang the thumbs up, bang the subscribe. Until then, I'm out. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.